Longtime Valley rivals are set to lock horns again. The UNI Panthers defense has been strong in year one under Todd Stepsis, but can they find the offense in a first conference win? Meanwhile, SIU has lost back-to-back games. Can DJ Williams and company regain their mojo? MVFC football next. Two known conference foes, first in the Gateway and now in the Valley, are set for their 40th all-time matchup. It's the 16th ranked SIU Salukis, all stretched out and set to host the Northern Iowa Panthers. Hey everybody, welcome inside the broadcast booth with Kerry Martin. I'm Larry Larson. Glad you're with us on your Saturday. And Kerry, anytime these two teams get together, it feels important. It feels like a rivalry.
And it ends up being the kind of game that you're on the edge of your seat the whole time. It should be exciting. It always has been. Why would today be any different?
The last four matchups between these teams have been decided by one score. It's been a little bit. They haven't played each other since 2022, but it has been nip and tuck.
Yeah, both teams still talk about these fantastic finishes, so I'm excited to see what happens today.
Today, UNI looking for their first Valley win under Todd Stepsis, while SIU trying to avoid a three-game losing streak. UNI's defense has kept them in some games.
They've been in every ball game. They just haven't generated enough offense to win games yet, and I think they're hoping that this is a breakout game for their offensive side.
Well, SIU's offense has been as high octane as it comes in this conference in their wins. And their losses, not so much, including the last 2 weeks.
They've got to find that again if they want to be competitive the rest of the season. They've got to get back to scoring points with DJ Williams at the helm.
Time to meet the third member of our crew. Happy Halloween, Eli Hoover.
Happy Halloween to you too, Larry. Injuries, God's giveth and they taketh away. CJ Parsons and Andrew Bain both out today, but Chris Presto and LaShawn Lester both in after being out last week for last week's game against North Dakota.
Thanks for that, Eli. And you know what Scooby would say about those secondary injuries? Row, Raggy. Time for football in Carbondale. It's homecoming. Salukis get the opening kickoff. And Aiden Quinn slides down at the 30-yard line. So SIU's offense sets up shop for the first time today and carry their last two games, losses to North Dakota State and North Dakota, two of the Valley's very best. But this offense has been slowed down, and it starts with the quarterback, DJ Williams. Nick Hill said that he just needs to get back to being himself.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right, and I think this offense has been so good in the opening drives this season, but the last couple of weeks, not so much. They need to get back to that.
Williams, the Valley's leader in passing yards, drops back to throw and completes. It's Edward Robinson, the sophomore running back, scampers out of bounds. A healthy gain on first down.
A good way for your quarterback to start. You know, we call those confidence throws, get the ball out quick, get it to someone, easy throw, kind of get into that rhythm. Salukis have been a big tempo team. We'll see if they do that again today.
SIU averaging 36 points per game, among the very best in the Valley. And so much of that has come down to starting hot. Didn't score on the first drive last week against North Dakota for the first time this season. There goes Robinson. Robinson with a long one. Brought down at the 35.
This is something that's not happened a lot to Northern Iowa. You've not seen a lot of big breakaway runs like this. They've been great against the run. What a great start to the running game. You get the counter tray with the guard tackle pull, get a nice hole, and you get great explosion after the handoff.
Salukis stay with the hot hand, and Robinson dives forward as Colbin Miller brings him down, the redshirt junior at linebacker for Northern Iowa. You bring up Northern Iowa's defense. It's easy to look at their offense and the lack of production if you're a Panthers fan and get frustrated, but their defense, you look at who they're behind in the points per game rankings, it's North Dakota State, North Dakota, and South Dakota State. They've been among the very best.
They really have, and it's kept them in every single ball game.
Williams tucks it and keeps it himself. Doesn't get much. He's brought down behind the line. Owen Ostrowski, the redshirt senior, one of the leaders on this defensive line, gets home.
When you watch them on film, when you talk to coaches about their defense, that's a name that comes up a lot.
Skrosky, the transfer from Tulsa, played some impactful football down there and now has brought it up north to Cedar Falls. 3rd down and 7 for SIU on their opening drive. In UNI territory, Vincent Davis, the Valley's leading receiver, in motion, and they keep it on the ground. It's Chandler Chapman. He hits the sideline and the end zone. SIU back on the board on their opening drive.
That's the SIU we've been watching early in the season, those big-time opening drives, big games, that 20-plus yard big play potential. Once again, the offensive line flat getting the job done on the opening drive here. And this is what the Salukis needed, a fast start, regain that confidence because they've really struggled the last 2 weeks.
Chapman's 4th consecutive game with a touchdown, the junior from Mississippi. It's been a big-time go-to out of the backfield. Paul Halen, kicker from the Netherlands, stays perfect in extra points. SIU gets the ball first, and they get on the scoreboard first, something that the Dogs fans are used to seeing this year. Two-yard touchdown run. UNI head coach Todd Stepsis in his first season, making his first ever trip to Carbondale and Saluki Stadium. He said he feels like his team is close, but they just can't stay out of their own way.
Yeah, you know, he was pretty forthright and pretty honest about the situation, and I feel like he feels like they're close. But as you said, they need to continue playing good defense, find some offense, and that's not the start I'm sure he hoped to have.
The kick from Halen, received by Jaden Hodge. He charges forward, and he's brought down near the 30-yard line. So that's where UNI's offense will start. The UNI rush game has been borderline non-existent, carry 9th in the Missouri Valley Football Conference. So much has landed on the shoulders of quarterback Matthew Scheckelman.
Yeah, and you know, it's one of those things where you don't want your quarterback to have that kind of pressure that you've got to make certain throws in every situation. Really puts a lot of pressure on him on 3rd down, where they've not been great on 3rd down conversions, probably because they're in 3rd and long a lot of times.
Scheckelman, the redshirt junior from Appleton, Wisconsin. Hands off to the running back, Bill Jackson. Maybe a gain of 1 on 1st down.
Anxious to see SIU's defense, which has been giving up some rush yards, how they respond. We talked to Coach Hill about, you know, defensive schemes, making some changes, and hoping they can be better against the run, because that has really hurt them the last few weeks.
Salukis have allowed 260 rush yards or more in their last 3 games, including 311 last week against Sawyer Seidel in North Dakota. Here's Bill Jackson again. He is wrapped up at the ankles. Vinny Pierre Jr. up from free safety to make the play. 3rd down.
SIU's defense is always at its best when they're getting a lot of guys rallying to the ball. I think we saw that early in the season and have kind of missed that the last couple of weeks. Some missed tackles, not getting enough guys there, maybe some gap responsibilities kind of lost. They need to get back to that if they want to compete.
Which is
last 5 games.
Which is surprising to see from such a veteran team.
Yes, exactly.
Shekelman, plenty of time, throws over the middle, and it's reeled in by J.C. Roquet. Or is it? It's a tie-up at the 40-yard line as Roquet was streaking over the middle. SIU thinks they have a turnover, and they don't. It does bring up 4th down, and the Panthers will punt.
He made a great catch. That ball could have been picked off, and he really did a good job of coming back to the ball and getting up and going and getting it.
It's an impressive catch.
It really was. Strong hands. He may have saved a turnover there, but still got to force them to punt now.
Roquet, the team's leading target. So Noah Pettinger on to punt. He was questionable coming into today's game, got banged up in practice, but he swings that right leg, sends it deep. Tay Mario Jr. says, I want none of this. And it's down at the 2-yard line by UNI.
They look healthy there, right? That's a heck of a kick.
Boy, did they ever. Long field in front of SIU when we come back.
Isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, Batemobile, not too fast, baby.
Any last words? Just one. It's a long one. Dermatologist.
That's why you need the real deal.
Look out! That's Batman!
Go home, Bateman. Do a podcast or something.
That's hurtful.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
One in 5 children in America go to bed hungry. That's why Kroger has donated 3.4 billion meals to families in America. Join us in ending childhood hunger. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Romwell Chevrolet in Heron makes it easy to shop online anytime. Shop our entire selection of new and pre-owned vehicles from anywhere. And with new inventory arriving daily and special Romward pricing, our team will always have a deal waiting for you. It is so simple to find your price, get pre-approved, and drive home today. So check us out online at romwardchevy.com and we'll send you home happy.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, time flies. And now, thanks to Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois, you can too. Starting at just $69 one way with Contour Airlines. Save money and time with daily flights, free parking, fast boarding, and only 1-hour flight times between Southern Illinois and Chicago O'Hare. So maximize your time and speed things up by visiting veteransairport.com because time flies. Rules and restrictions apply.
Southern Illinois gets a quick score and then forces a Northern Iowa punt. What stood out on that first drive, Kerry? Last week, Northern Iowa's defense against L.J. Phillips in a really good South Dakota run game only allowed 93 rush yards all game. On that first drive, SIU had 67.
That's the big, right now, I know it's early. We've had 2 drives, by each one by each team, but that statistic right there is the big surprise, is that they ran the ball so effectively in the opening drive against the UNI defense, which has been really good against the run.
And we'll talk a little bit about that for today's Keys to the Game, brought to you by Vic Koenig Chevrolet, home of the lifetime powertrain coverage.
Well, I think for Northern Iowa, we mentioned they got to find some offense. I mean, whether it's the passing, running, or a combination, probably the best bet is a combination of the two. And the defense has to keep them in the game, which they've done all season long. For Southern, start fast to protect the football. They've had too many turnovers lately. And everything we've seen key-wise, SIU has done so far. And Northern Iowa, by the way, that punt, there's a lot of anti-punt people in the world today with the analytics. Listen, that is a weapon, and putting SIU in that could be the best thing they could have done was put SIU on the 1 or 2 yard line, make them drive 99 yards, flip the field, and give yourself a chance to get the ball back with good field position yourself. So SIU buried down here at the 1 yard line.
Hall of Fame class of 2025 moves off the field, and it looks like SIU might have jumped on the hard count. We'll hear from our lead official, John Shea. That was LaShawn Lester, the senior running back who hasn't played in the last 2 weeks. Maybe knocking off some rust. That's a bad time to jump.
They're probably pretty anxious to get back in there. He has battled injuries the last 2 seasons.
High snap. Lester will get the carry, gets through the initial push before he is roped down by Colbin Miller.
You know, every time we see him play, he's impressive. He just hasn't been able to stay healthy enough to get a lot of carries.
Pulled his groin on the first play from scrimmage against Indiana State week 6.
On a big run.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a big run. So he's got that potential, a strong back, tackle breaker.
Lester out there again. Fabian McCray and Jay Jones, the receivers on the near side. Here's Lester, keeping the legs moving before he is pulled backwards by Ryan Crandall, Panthers' leading tackler at outside linebacker.
Yeah, they speak highly of him. Coach Steps has really talked a lot about how much he means to the football team and how he's all over the field. Gap integrity guy, you know, really reads his keys well.
Transfer from Western Illinois, so he's got that MVFC experience. All kinds of motion everywhere as Williams takes the snap, trying to get that line to gain, and he moves the sticks.
They're really anxious to see if SIU kind of uses DJ Williams a little more in the run game than they have the last few weeks, and certainly that is a weapon in itself. Great job up front.
Williams was held to just 3 rush yards last week against North Dakota. As one of the leading rushers in the Valley and in the nation among quarterbacks. So a rare off game from him last week. High snap, he brings it down and gets it into the hands of Edward Robinson, making men miss. Robinson out towards the 50. While Robinson had a huge fumble in the red zone in the middle of a big drive last week, he has left that in the past, it seems.
They talked about him wanting to get back on the field and redeem himself, and he certainly did right there. But I want you to look at that push by the offensive line. There was a line surge. They opened up a huge hole, and he did the rest. I know he was anxious to get back out on the field this week.
Williams throws to the outside shoulder, and it's complete to Fabian McCray.
Well, certainly Coach Hill is committed to running the football against a team that's been great against the run, but it's nice to see that balance and come in on first down, change things up, throw the quick hits to the outside where you're getting plenty of cushion. Now they got a second, 5.5, second and 6 here.
At first down efficiency, we just did not see that a lot last week.
No, putting themselves in a hole a lot the last couple of weeks, and this is the tempo and the rhythm we're accustomed to seeing early in the season.
2nd and 5. A lot of high snaps. Williams brings it down, stays up before he's eventually pushed down. That was Jonathan Cabral Martin who ended that long play. Short gain on 3rd down, or brings up 3rd down.
When SIU has that balance of run-pass where they really get dangerous because it allows things to really open up, you know, and I think that's the best. When they're at their best, that's what they do, and then they get DJ involved, either scrambling or on quarterback runs. That's when they're the best.
Williams with another keeper. He's got some blockers, unleashes his stiff arm, and moves the sticks again.
Well, that third down efficiency they've been so good at all season long, and it continues here today. That has been a strong suit of theirs. Getting into third and short, third and medium, and then converting on third down. Keep those chains moving. That's what the Salukis want to do.
SIU 9th in the nation in third down percentage. Williams, another throw out to Fabian McCray. And he's brought down very quickly. Cabral Martin there again.
Yeah, repeat of last first down. Short 5-yard hitch route. They're giving him plenty of room out there, kind of on an island by himself, and pick up the quick 5 and then go from there.
Spotted at the 30-yard line. Play action to Lester. Throw out wide for Jay Jones. He rips it down and moves backwards to move the chains. And this SIU offense is really in a rhythm now. Really good catch. That's a tough ball to catch. He's running a slant route with the ball thrown slightly behind him and is really able to stay focused and make the catch and get another first down. Jones, the 6-year Saluki wide receiver. Got some prior history with Northern Iowa. Lester wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. Snowed under. Bunch of white uniforms got there quick, including John Powers, redshirt sophomore linebacker. One of the first times we've really seen them win the battle up front, and they certainly won at that time. Got some penetration up front, crashing hard from the outside, but the penetration from the inside was where it happened, and now put the Salukis behind the chains for the first time. 2nd and 14. Depending on who you ask, I guess. Williams with plenty of weapons at wideout. Alone in the backfield. Free rusher coming. It's a screen to Vincent Davis. And he cuts up past the 20. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. Sets up 3rd and about 8. Well, you knew it was just a matter of time before they tried to find a way to get Vincent Davis, the 3rd, the football. He ranks 1st in the Missouri Valley Conference in receiving yards, with coming in with 611, and he's been a weapon in multiple ways in this offense. Just a guy you want to get the ball to. Williams floats it out. Lester hauls it in, and he's brought down about a yard shy, or excuse me, just a yard past the line of scrimmage. So Northern Iowa's defense stands tall and prevents another touchdown, at least it seems for now. The Salukis will attempt a field goal. They really defended those 2 screen passes well. One was a bit of a jailbreak screen in the middle. This was what they call a slow screen, traditional screen to the back, and they defended that very well, very disciplined. That's the UNI defense we've seen on film, and now we get a field goal attempt. It'll be a 40-yarder for Paul Halen, 6 of 7 on the year. High snap, brought down, operation is clean, and the kick is money. It's a 2-possession first quarter lead for 16th ranked Southern Illinois. Their offense is starting to find their stride again. now Northern Iowa will try and cook up a response. SIU trying to get their playoff resume back on track. UNI looking for their first Valley win in the Todd Stepsis era. Salukis moving the ball with an efficiency that we really haven't seen in a few weeks.
No, and I think the run game has really been, of course, a big factor for them all season long, and certainly kind of disappeared for a couple of weeks. It wasn't bad, especially in the North Dakota State game, but man, it's untracked right now in the first two drives of this game.
Kalen with a floating kick, caught at the 10-yard line by Hodges. Tries to turn the corner, and he is stonewalled shy of the 25-yard line. Good play on special teams by SIU, including Shug Walker. One of the Saluki starting linebackers makes a play on special teams.
Seems like Shug Walker makes plays every time he's on the field, doesn't he? He always does. He's always involved, and he's done a great job of filling in where he needed to fill in at linebacker, special teams guy. He can do it all.
Salukis have been banged up in that position these last few weeks. Andrew Boehm again out today, as Eli mentioned earlier. Chris Presto missed last week's game, and the Salukis felt like that was a big factor in that loss. Matthew Sheckelman sets up the offense. Tight formation. Harrison Bay-Bowie, the back in motion. Sheckelman slips a tackle. He's going to tuck and run. Sheckelman turns upfield. He's got a blocker on the sideline. Sheckelman pushed out of bounds by Pierre.
Oh, that was a super play by him. I mean, they had him in the backfield for a loss. Makes a cut inside and finds daylight. I've been really impressed. And, of course, Coach Steps has mentioned he can run the ball. He can make plays with his legs, and certainly he did it right there.
Coach Stepsis said that Sheckelman has started to realize, hey, if this doesn't look great, I'm a pretty good athlete. I can take off and do that.
Yeah, said he's going to have more freedom to use his legs, and he certainly did there.
Here's Bay-Bowie, his first carry today, and it doesn't go far. Hello, Vinny Pierre Jr. I'm calling his name a lot in the early going. Leader in the secondary for SIU. Part of a safeties group that's really taken a big step forward this year.
Yeah, Saluki defensive coaches just talk about that a lot, how good that secondary has been and how much better they've been as the season's progressed, making plays.
Sheckelman out of the gun, the tight end Anderson in motion. Sheckelman looking downfield, and he's going to scamper again, trying to deke out the linebacker Presto. Dives forward, and he's going to be 2 yards shy of the line to gain.
Well, sometimes you find offense in unexpected places, and certainly for them right now, it's Sheckelman's legs right now. These are pass plays, pass options, and he's certainly finding grass with his legs and putting them in really good positions to continue drives, and got him in 3rd and short here.
UNI has needed that run game from their quarterback. They came into today's game without a 300-yard rusher this season. Do they go to the ground here? They do. It's Jackson Daly in at quarterback, churning his legs forward past the 15, still up past the 10. That's old school. First down for UNI.
Well, if you're a fan of rugby, you just got a rugby scrum there. That was again that wildcat thing, and you start to see more of that in those short yardage situations.
Yeah, Daly, the backup quarterback, part of a QB competition in fall camp. They like to involve him in the run game.
They do.
Easy to see why. So first down and goal for Northern Iowa. Sheckelman back out in the pistol, but Bill Jackson behind him. It's Jackson trying to turn the corner. One stiff arm, but not two. And 2 flags fly. A little bit of late action out of bounds. And that could be a big penalty on SIU.
Saluki defense did such a great job of running those lanes and pushing him to the boundary, but then, of course, that extra at the end caught up with him a little bit. Probably got a 15-yard penalty, or what'll be half the distance to the goal line now.
That's got to be just such a hard thing to do. Stop yourself from pursuing a tackle, but you have to have that wherewithal.
Well, you know, from our vantage point, it looked more like a slip out of bounds, but they had a better look at it. We'll find out.
Face mask. Offense number 1. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains first down.
Oh, wow. So the opposite, a personal foul on Northern Iowa and Jackson as he got tangled up with Williams as they were moving out of bounds.
Yeah, here's a look at it.
Yeah. He brought him with him.
Wow, that is not something I expected to see on that call. That is really interesting, and it really sets them back in what has been a great drive and a great answer for them.
Todd Stepsis getting the explanation. Before first down from the 24. A throw is picked off. Jeremiah McClendon with his first pick this season.
Well, that is a super play. You know, he's sitting, he's squatted in coverage, and then he kind of bails there at the end and sneaks in there and takes that ball away. Really athletic play.
And what a 180. It looked like it might be a late hit out of bounds on SIU. Instead, it's a face mask. It pushes them back, and then a play later, SIU takes the ball away.
Yeah, those two plays just flipped this on its head because they were driving. They had momentum. It looked like they were going to answer, and all of a sudden, Saluki ball going the other way.
That just goes back to what Todd Stepsis was telling us. This team just can't stay out of its own way.
Yeah, and it isn't just the mistakes, Larry. It's when they make them. They make the mistakes at crucial times, and it really sets them back when they've got some momentum and big things are about to happen.
E.J. Williams sets up at the 15-yard line, gives off to Robinson, who's now just shy of 80 yards for the ball game already. And that's the final play of the first quarter. Southern Illinois 10, Northern Iowa nothing after 1 in Little Egypt. SIU, trying to build on an already 2-score lead, and that'll help. Maybe. False start on the offense. Will help Northern Iowa after a turnover on a 1st and goal play.
False start. Offense, number 67. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
That's Blaine Howley, the left tackle, filling in for Coleon Smith, who's been injured the last few weeks. So make it 2nd down and 14. Salukis' run game has stood out early. In case you're just joining us, 125 yards on the ground. Williams will throw, and he throws it away. Just barely able to get it off. There was a receiver in the vicinity. It was Lem Walsh.
They brought pressure. They brought a backer that time, trying to get to DJ and disrupt everything. But Saluki Lion has been pretty good holding up all year long. But that time, DJ able to get rid of the ball and saved him from a sack.
A heady play by Williams as Jamarion Augustus was bearing down. Was tossed last week for a targeting call. Missed the entire second half against South Dakota. 3rd down and long. Williams, more time this time, and he connects with his favorite target, Vincent Davis, but it's not going to be enough. Brings up 4th down. Jordan McCollum able to cover it up.
I think UNI was giving them the underneath throws, and I think, DJ thought maybe you get it into him, and he might be able to make something after the catch. And a lot of times he does, but not that time. They rallied well and held him to no gain after the catch, and SIU's got a punt.
Just the type of response that the Panthers needed after that turnover. J.C. Roque, the speedster, back deep as UNI brings the house, and Halen just gets it off. Roque calls for a fair catch and brings it in behind the 35. Northern Iowa's offense trying to respond after we pay some bills.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley. United institutions with common goals, breaking down barriers and building up communities, and nurturing the next generation of leaders who care about more than just wins. MVC student athletes are leaving a lasting impact in the places they call home by sharing diverse perspectives and fostering a climate of unity for future Valley pioneers. We are One Valley.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $289 a month or get 2.99% APR for 72 months on a tough new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Ready for a local getaway that feels like a world of its own? Escape the ordinary and discover the charm of Southern Illinois. With local wineries, live concerts, farmers markets, and scenic trails to explore, there's an adventure tailored for every taste bud and passion. Our breathtaking lakes offer endless possibilities for adventure. Rent boats, jet skis, or kayaks, and explore our world. Visit Southern Illinois. Start your adventure today.
Yeah, Larry, I'm here with SIU Hall of Famer Fabre Collins, class of 2025. Fabre, you've been the leading tackler since you graduated in 1983 for this program. How good does it feel to finally get this recognition?
It feels great, to have a record they say records are meant to be broken, but that one going to stand forever.
And we just talked about 1983 national championship. You were a big part of that team, the last national championship team here at SIU. SIU do a pretty good job here today. Do you see a national championship team on the field today?
Today, I need to see a little more toughness, and playing together. And they're showing a little bit because they let them drive down. It's like a bend, don't break, and they held their own. So as long as they stay tough, we'll see.
And Fabre, one more for you. Do you see any Fabre Collinses on the field today?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. They got a lot of tough players out there that's showing a lot of good heart and playing well.
I appreciate your time today, Mr. Collins. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eli, and thank you, Fabre. Salukis' all-time leading tackler. Vontrell Chazet with a sack probably made him proud.
Bringing pressure. We talked about the fact that Salukis needed to do a better job of rushing the passer and getting pressure, and they certainly brought him off the edge there and made a big play, put him in 3rd and long.
3rd and 13. Sheckelman, less pressure this time, dishes it out wide and connects with Aiden Price, who is wrestled down. Chris Presto says you shall not pass. And UNI's punt team comes back out.
Good open field tackle by Chris Presto to hold him right where he caught it, forcing them to punt the ball again and give the Salukis the ball back. And hopefully they want to add to their lead, and UNI wants to make sure they keep it right here.
Presto, that field side linebacker, just so key for this defense. So easy to see why with the athletic ability that he brings.
Yeah, when you play to the field like that, you've got to be great in space. You got to be able to cover a lot of pass plays, and you got to be able to contain those runners, and he does a great job with it.
Say Mario will try and return this off the kick from Pettinger. Mario dancing around, and he dropped the football but fell on it. Fumbled it at the 24-yard line. Luckily, he was right there. The Salukis have struggled with fumbles these last few weeks. So, last time these two teams got together, Saluki fans, cover your eyes, cover your ears. Salukis got a free play with the clock at 0 in the 4th quarter. Quarterback Nick Baker got the pass off for Jay Jones. He reeled it in, but fell a yard short, and UNI won on the road.
It's so funny. You talk to people that were at that ball game, and they were just certain he was in, and there was a long delay. Come to find out, a little bit short.
Salukis trying to bury those memories today. About 12 minutes left in the first half. DJ Williams slips one tackle and falls forward for a hard-earned gain of 1. Tackler got banged up. Jalen Pettis comes off the field gimpy after he was the first contact.
UNI's defense seems to have settled a little bit. Seems to have settled in a little bit, a little better against the run, a little better on first down.
2nd down and 8. Williams climbs the pocket, throws over the middle. It's Vincent Davis. Davis with a shake and bake before he's rodeoed down. First big gainer.
Those two have been a really good combination, Larry, and finding him on those crossing routes, he's really tough to catch.
Part of what makes him so difficult, Kerry, is the versatility of the routes that he runs.
That's right. Yeah, and Coach Hill talks about he's good at any position. He knows the entire route tree for the inside and the outside receivers.
Chapman stays on his feet, cuts up field, and he moves the sticks. Turns something out of nothing on that run.
Well, that SIU offense just goes to a different level when they got that tempo, when they're playing fast, which they're doing again on this drive. That's where they're at their best, I think.
Chapman, another carry right up the gut this time. And he's brought down by John Powers.
On a couple of different runs today, those Saluki running backs have shown patience, kind of letting that develop a little bit before they accelerate through the hole. And sometimes you got to do that. And sometimes as a back, that's hard to do, to wait on a block to develop. Saluki offensive line, tight end group doing a really good job against a great run defense.
That's one thing that running back coach Larry Warner mentioned with Chapman. They said, we knew it was going to take him a little time to get his feet out from under him, but now that he has, he's been good. Aiden Quinn on the screen. Aiden Quinn, touchdown. The senior tight end broke his hand a few weeks ago, playing straight through it. This time he brings in a Saluki score.
We've seen a couple of different screens. We've seen a receiver screen. We've seen a back screen. Now we see a tight end screen. And he is a baller, and that's what the coaches call him, a guy that just can do about anything you ask him to do. Fake punt, block, catch. And even with a bad hand, he's still able to make a big play on a screen pass and get in the end zone.
First touchdown of the season for Quinn. Kalen's extra point is good. It's a 17-0 SIU lead, trying to exercise those demons from 2022. So far, so good. And in our conversation this week with SIU head coach Nick Hill, he said you can just tell based on the mood in the room, guys are playing with a hunger after going without a win for 2 weeks. They've been playing hungry today.
They really have, Larry, and I think it's one of those things where it's all about your approach. You've had adversity. How are you going to approach that? And he certainly felt like they were approaching it the right way. Hungry, wanting to get back on the field and get this season back on track. For you and I, this is a situation where they've had trouble on offense. Now they find themselves down 17-0. This is not the start they wanted, but certainly they've had some spark on offense, and the quarterback runs have been good for them, but they need to have some kind of answer right now.
Saluki's coming off that quick drive. Screen pass to Aiden Quinn, capping off their second touchdown. Sheckelman, after the touchback, sends Roque in motion, and they keep it with Sheckelman. He busted a big run earlier. Not that time. A productive first down run before Ben Fiegel got there to stop him.
Certainly been their best play is something involving the quarterback run, and they're going to lean on that pretty heavily, I'm sure, on this drive as well. And hopefully for them, they can get a drive together and kind of get that momentum back in their way and get some points on the board before half.
Sheckelman has only thrown the ball 3 times, but before too long, they're going to have to start throwing it more. Tight formation. UNI loves using their tight ends. They keep it with Harrison Bay Bowie, the running back. Gets the first down. Bay Bowie opened his career at Eastern Illinois. He's a young man that's moved around a lot in his life. First Philadelphia, then the Chicago suburbs, then the Quad Cities, but it seems like he's finally found a home in Cedar Falls.
Yeah, they like him, and much like Lester for Salukis, he's had trouble staying healthy. Didn't play a lot last year because of injuries, and they're excited about what he can bring if he can stay on the field.
Team's leading rusher entering action today. Bill Jackson, the secondary, back in there now. And Jackson will get a carry, and he's walloped by the line. Just ran into a wall. Nate Tronzo up there to halt the momentum.
Well, you could sense the Saluki defense was trying to right the ship when it came to run defense and wanting to be better up front and not give up so many rushing yards. And you can look at those gaps are covered. Did a great job up front, linebackers filling, safeties coming down. I mean, that's what you've got to do is cover those gaps, win that up front, stay square to the line of scrimmage.
Sheckelman back to pass, and he is lassoed down. McClendon had a pick, and now he's got a sack.
Have yourself a day, right? Or have yourself a half anyway. And that's again, they're starting to bring more pressure. We talked about the fact they weren't getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. What were they going to do to change that? And certainly they have done that already today.
SIU second to last in the Valley in sacks. Getting it done there. Third down behind the chains. It's a screen pass to Bill Jackson. They like him in the screen game, but he's not going to get enough here. It's fourth down.
Well, not a bad move. You know, we see both teams getting pressure on the quarterback, so both teams have responded by going to the screen game a little bit. But again, when you're that far behind the chains, sometimes that's a long stretch, and I think they wanted to get some of that back and give themselves a chance on fourth down. They just didn't get enough.
So SIU will get the ball back with an opportunity to chew up the rest of this clock in the first half. Pettinger sends a spiraling kick. Mario hawks it down inside the 10, gets through the initial push before he's ankle tackled at the 15-yard line. We'll step aside. Everything coming up. Daisies on a cloudy day for SIU.
You and your friends who are freshly lifted off some prime kush are finishing off a pregame bev before a karaoke night out. What's the move? Take a ride share. Drive, it's no big deal.
Your ride is here.
Level passed. Now your only worry later is pizza or tacos, not a DUI. Drive sober or get pulled over. Can you make the right call? Head to itsnotagameinllinois.com/arcade to play.
Wren Lake Golf Complex, an outstanding play and stay 27-hole complex that's a delight for golfers of all skill levels with 5 sets of tees and extra large greens. The facility has a lighted driving range, practice areas, and a fully stocked pro shop. Lodging options include 2 and 3 bedroom luxury condos, lakeside cabins, and hotel rooms. In addition, you'll find a full-service restaurant and meeting facilities. Wren Lake Golf Complex in beautiful southern Illinois.
SI Roofing and Siding doesn't just walk, they sprint into action. It's service as memorable as a Saluki football game day. Roofing, gutters, and board and batten siding. We handle it all. Better Business Bureau, A+ rated, proudly serving your neighborhood and beyond, because at SI Roofing, every home we touch is treated like our own. Other companies want to be the big dog, but only one can be the top dog. Call SI Roofing and Siding today, the official partner of Saluki football.
Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, time flies. And now, thanks to Veterans Airport of Southern Illinois, you can too. Starting at just $69 one way with Contour Airlines. Save money and time with daily flights, free parking, fast boarding, and only 1-hour flight times between Southern Illinois and Chicago O'Hare. So maximize your time and speed things up by visiting veteransairport.com because time flies. Rules and restrictions apply.
Already 233 yards of total offense for SIU as they lead 17-0. 6 receivers, 4 ball carriers. A lot of guys involved right now, Kerry Martin.
Well,
and there's another one.
Coach Hill
falls forward.
Coach Hill loves to get a lot of people involved, and I think certainly that has been the formula for success for the first few games of the season. And now today is just a righting of the ship in that area, and good to see again Lester back and playing well and being healthy again. And much like some of the other guys on the team coming back from injuries, that's a big, big step.
Gain of 4 on first down. Quinn tight end in motion. Back to Lester, looking for a hole, and they are all plugged up. He's swallowed by white and purple. Third down coming up. So Lester will come off, and it looks like the Salukis are going to go to a 2 running back set. Edward Robinson, Lem Walsh in there.
They've been really comfortable getting the ball to the backs in the passing game, whether it's in an empty set, but you're right, they're going to go with 2 backs in the backfield on third and 7.
Just pass protection for now. It's dumped off to Robinson. Made some plays today and can't move the sticks that time. Northern Iowa's defense starting to hold steady here after a rocky start.
Yeah, the 2 backs in the backfield sometimes is used for max protection, so then if a backer comes, they can pick him up. If not, they can check down. But they went with a shorter throw, hoping to get some yards after catch, and the UNI defense did a good job of holding him. And again, back to that situation, Larry, they need points before the half.
So we're right on the doorstep of your favorite time of the ball game, that middle 8 that we always talk about. And there's real opportunity here for Northern Iowa because they get the second half kick. Halen swings the leg, sends it away. Roque brings in the fair catch. Out in front of the 35-yard line. Salukis took a hit in the polls this last week after a lopsided loss to North Dakota on their home turf last week, but still ranked, Kerry. And obviously it's not necessarily the top 25 polls that really matter. It comes down to what the committee thinks of you, but Salukis slated at number 16 despite being 4-3.
Yeah, a lot of it is based on your schedule, obviously, who you've played, the outcomes of those games. Have you played great teams close, or were you blown out by somebody you shouldn't be, or by some of the better teams? And I think certainly the Salukis are looking to find that another quality win sometime here in the middle of the schedule. And this is a good football team right here that's been in a lot of games, just doesn't have the record to show it.
Pass is dropped by J.C. Roque on the first play of the drive for Northern Iowa. Nick Hill put it pretty straightforward to us when we chatted with him this week. He said, look, this team wins out, they can do something that they haven't done at this school since 2009, and that's win 9 regular season games. Sheckelman tucks and runs, and he is pinballed around. Chris Presto in there contributing to the stop.
I think both coaches have sold their teams on winning out by either team.
Looks like Amir Dwight is down for SIU. So 3:52 left in the second quarter. Dwight, the sophomore from Georgia, nice contributor that has a lot of playing time on the D-line. Good to see him up and moving.
Yeah, back to that point, Larry. I think both coaches have sold their teams on winning out. Could be not only a postseason berth possibility, but you're talking about the SIU guys thinking they got a chance to make some new history here with some, a season with a number of wins they haven't had in a while. So there's a lot to play for, and both these teams know it.
easy to lose sight of after back-to-back losses to two of the best teams in the country if you're SIU. Chuckelman throws out wide. It's Roque, and he dropped it. Jeremiah McClendon, have a half.
Saluki secondary has done such a good job making plays, and they just continued there, 3rd and short. It looks like you've got almost a guaranteed little out route for a first down, and they make another play, and the Saluki defense just keeps coming up big today.
Okay, just has not been able to get going today. Probably their foremost playmaker on the offensive side. Only one catch for him. Well, Pettinger's been pretty busy. Senior punter is going to run before he swings the leg. Takes a bounce inside 20, and another punt inside the 10 for the Hempstead High School product out of Dubuque. Another long field for SIU. Northern Iowa hasn't made it easy. Good on special teams, gotten better on defense as this game has gone along, but it's just like Todd Steps has said in our conversation, it's a 3-phase game. One of our phases just really hasn't been there.
Yeah, and the defensive phase has kept them in games. It's keeping them in the game today, but they just aren't generating that offense that they need so badly. And we're talking about, again, the last 4 minutes of the first half, first 4 minutes of the second half. Who can win that middle 8? Salukis have a chance here to put a drive together and get some more points.
Defense is going to need to put together another stop. Williams with a little flip. Miles Marshall is there. He whirls before he's bumped out of bounds on the sideline by Langenberg. And oh boy, DJ Williams is down and he is hurting. Just absolutely the last thing that the Salukis want to see right now. Flag down after Williams got popped.
A little quarterback keep, and then instead of passing the ball in a traditional manner, he flipped it out on the flat and then took a hit, I guess, post-pass, and now he's down on the field being attended to.
Saluki fans saw this last year. Williams was in the midst of his best game against Incarnate Word. Hurt his hand, missed the rest of the season. Good to see Williams up and moving, and now we'll hear the call. The official says Tyson Corman, 37. I thought I saw 47. Miller.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that. But either way, boy, that's not.
Oh, thanks, John.
Way to go, Larry.
Colbin Miller gets flagged. Williams to the sideline. Good to see that he might be okay, but now Jake Curry, the sophomore, is on. Gives to Chapman, weaving his way up the middle and bursts past the 50. First down run for Chapman, and DJ is going to come back on.
Yeah, you got the pass, you got the penalty, then you get the big run. I mean, this is the drive they wanted to have right here in the final part of this first half. Got the ball at midfield now, fresh set of downs, and your starting quarterback back on the field.
Well, Curry's a guy that Salukis have a lot of confidence in as a backup quarterback. Played a ton last year as a true freshman. So we'll see if we see more of him in the second half if this game keeps progressing like it is now. Williams will throw. That arm looks good. Connects with Jay Jones, the guy who got brought down a yard shy on that Hail Mary in 2022. Gets brought down shy of the line to gain here. Second down.
Like to see the Salukis using that pass on first down. They've been pretty run dominated right now, but then to come out on first down and get big gain is huge.
Little movement up front. Williams is going to take a shot in traffic looking for Jones. It's incomplete, but the defense did jump. That was a free play.
Yeah, why not? You get a free play, take a shot.
Ryan Kennan hands SIU a free first down.
We'll see if the Salukis, after this play, go back to some tempo, or do they want to use what they have to use and not give them the ball back the rest of the half? We'll see, but certainly the run game has been huge for them. Some passes on first down, some screen passes have been big for them, so they've done a lot of things to keep the UNI defense guessing.
Very balanced today. 155 yards on the ground, 121 through the air. Williams looking to throw on the crosser. Has Jones! Touchdown, SIU! 3 years later, Jay Jones has his touchdown against Northern Iowa.
And he was in on that one for sure. No debate. And I think just the protection. I mean, look at that. Great job up front. Nice pocket. DJ stands tall, makes the throw, was allowed to get the ball down the middle of the field. And Jay, that big frame, that big body, and that good speed, wide open down the middle. That is a backbreaker for the UNI defense and the UNI team to give up that score right before half.
A 38-yard strike. A perfect ball from DJ Williams. Another good kick from Paul Halen. Williams is 13 of 14 for 159 yards. That takes it to our 2-minute break. All SIU in the first half. (24-0). Southern Illinois over Northern Iowa. The last 4 meetings between these schools have been decided by 1 possession. And the Salukis are rearing to snap that streak.
Yeah, it's going to be a tall mountain to climb to get it back to a 1-possession game. But, you know, you and I have watched enough football to know that you never know.
Kalen gives it the boot. Back towards the end zone, and it's a touchback. So you learn a lot about your team when you're in a spot like this. Things have not gone well whatsoever for Northern Iowa's offense. So we'll see if they can get something together here on what could be their final possession of the first half inside of 2 minutes. On the other side of it, here's another look at this DJ Williams dime to Jay Jones.
Yeah, he's been really good at that down the middle, down the field throw, the ball between the hashes, that vertical stretch throw. He's been so good at that all year long.
Checkelman gets out of a sack, but not for long. He gets dropped. Amir Dwight brings him down. 3rd sack of the ball game for SIU.
And they're going to use their timeouts. Again, they would like to get that last kill shot in there and get some more points.
What do you make of that? Using those timeouts?
Great time to get greedy right here. You've got him in a hole. You get a sack there. Use your timeouts. Try to get the ball back. Maybe get another score, either a touchdown or a field goal. I think it's a great move. The other thing we talked about is SIU had some things to fix. And we talked about those things were run defense, running the ball, getting pressure on the quarterback. And they have really done about every one of those checklist items. They've said, we got to get better at these things, and they've done it.
Huge tip of the cap to head coach Nick Hill, defensive coordinator Lee Bronczynski in his first season as a coordinator. Look, this is a staff that, led by Hill, they've been through the ringer. They know what it takes in this league.
They really do, and it's been a rough 2 weeks for the Salukis, and I think they were wondering.
Shackelman connects with Tyson Kershaw, his first catch, brought down awkwardly on the outside by Shug Walker. There's that second timeout.
I mean, you wonder if your team is going to respond well after 2 losses where you thought you would compete better than you did. You didn't, and you take a step back. But Coach Hill says they've prepared for adversity. They don't wait till it happens and then respond. They talk about it, they study it, they read a book together and as a team in the off season, and they addressed adversity, and how you respond to it matters. And so if this is any indication, I think they've responded quite well, and that proactive approach has been beneficial.
Yeah, he shared that with us. They have a book club over the summer. He said this summer it was 12 Rules for Life, Jordan Peterson. And he said usually these books are all about overcoming adversity, because he mentioned something that you've said before. Football is adversity. 3rd down and 8. Houston, the tight end, in motion. Shackelman throws over the middle on the crossing route to Jackson, and he's stacked up about a yard shy. Salukis will burn that last time out.
Get that crossing route, you end up seeing 6 Salukis in on the tackle. And as I said before, that's what we saw early in the season. When you're getting a lot of helmets to the ball, that's when their defense, or any defense, is really at their best, when they can do that. And the Salukis certainly are doing that today.
A game where maybe SIU can get some confidence back, even without a few key pieces. C.J. Parson, the starting strong safety, down today. Andrew Boehm out for a 3rd consecutive game. Defense still being productive.
And maybe a decision here. Do you put pressure on the punter? Do you go after it? They came close last time. He rugby punted and escaped out to the right a little bit. Do they put pressure here, try to force a bad punt or get a block? Or do you play for the return and try to set up a good return? We'll see.
Salukis showing rush. They don't get home. Mario watches it bounce, and it takes a roll inside the 10. Another really good punt from Noah Pettinger, who again was right on the fence on whether or not he was going to play.
Well, he's had a great day, I'll tell you that. He's done a great job putting the ball down inside the 10-yard line and forcing the Salukis to use a long field.
So another big field in front of the Dogs. But they do get that one more possession before the break. Again, UNI will receive the second half kick.
Well, you practice that 2-minute drill, and sometimes in practice you try it from long distances with very few timeouts, put your team in the worst case scenario, and this is a long way to go with no timeouts. But I'm sure they practice this, and we'll see if they can execute it. See how much ground the UNI defense is going to give them for the underneath throws.
Williams on the keeper, zigzagging his way past the 15-yard line. It's a first down run. On first down for Williams. Slow to get up. Tell you what, Williams has not been 100% in a little bit, but he has gritted his teeth and played right through it.
He really has. When they talk about how much credibility he has with the team as a quarterback and as a tough guy, being the one that'll take those licks and keep on coming back.
Williams rolling out, look out. He underhand flicks it away. There's a flag down. Looks like that throw was pretty close to Davis.
Yeah, I love to see the officials communicate with each other. You know, it looked initially like he was just getting rid of the ball and trying to save from getting sacked, which he probably was. But another official comes over and says, no, there was a man in the area, picks up the flag, and off we go.
So clock stopped at 59 seconds. Williams almost got the jump on the hard count. Williams with 159 yards through the air, 26 yards on the ground. Miscommunication there. Williams has to keep it himself. No problem. Gain of 6. Miscommunication there with Lem Walsh.
Yeah, they were supposed to be a draw play, and when they were not hooking up close enough, I guess he decided to make it a quarterback draw.
Oops. Third down. Now it's a give to Walsh, and he doesn't get much of anywhere, but there is a flag down. Tackle from Augustus. Flag came in from the secondary. Another chat.
A little surprised they've not pushed the ball down the field a little bit or moved the pocket and tried to get something to the boundary, get the receiver out of bounds, get Vincent Davis on a crossing route or something. They've really been pretty conservative here coming off the goal line, especially with a 24-0 lead.
Here's the call. All right, so there you have it. SIU has the punt team huddled up, and here they come. J.C. Roque, again, back deep to return. And this is a spot where, as a punt returner, you probably want to try and make something happen.
Yeah, you might. Yeah,
Galen gives him a chance, though.
You might as well, and we'll see if he tries to kick it to him or tries to kick it out of bounds and keep it away from him. But certainly, like you said, they have nothing to lose now. They need something right here before the half. It may have to come off the punt.
And it's blocked. Galen didn't even have a chance. What a play on special team from Northern Iowa. Anthony Isley got home and plucked it from right out in front of Halen.
Just almost took it right off his foot, didn't he? They came off the edge, a little slow getting rid of the ball. Special teams, boy, they can flip the script in a hurry. Their best chance at getting points right here before in the first half come right here off an unexpected punt block, and now they've got a shot.
Look, I don't even know if we can call that a block if it wasn't kicked. Almost an interception. UNI has all 3 timeouts. Got to make something happen here if you're Sheckelman and company. Kershaw in motion. Sheckelman, lots of time. Climbs the pocket, and he is dragged down. Bernardine Florima didn't give him a chance.
Well, he's really been that's one of those plays where the secondary's got to get a lot of credit for that sack because he was looking.
John must not like your analysis.
He was looking downfield, but just didn't see anything he liked. Everybody was covered. So then you start to see those eyes start to shift around, the feet start to dance. Yeah, it's a good job by Saluki defense to start that drive there and come up with a big play.
So another sack for SIU. What an adjustment they've made today. They only had 1 sack in their last 2 games combined. And today they've got 4. Lots of capable targets for UNI. And a throwing situation here inside the red zone. Play action. Sheckelman on the boot. Throws for the sideline. Look out, band. Third down.
Once again, just not finding anything he likes or he's comfortable with. And he's looking at that first throw, going to his second man in the progression, and Jen just looks out to the outside and throws it away, but just not had the chance to take the shot they need.
That's one thing that Todd Stepsis pointed out. He said the step up in competition here in the Valley has kind of knocked Sheckelman out of sync. All that pressure is thrown off his clock.
Well, it can. It can take away your confidence. It can take away, you start looking at the rush rather than feeling the rush. If you really can't look at it, when his eyes went down to the rush, that creates problems.
Sheckelman throws for the end zone, looking for Roque, overshot him.
Well, for the Salukis, if you can hold them in this situation where the ball was after the punt block, if you can hold them to a field goal, that is a huge victory because you didn't want to give up a score here and give them that momentum before half.
So a chip shot 32-yard field goal for Max Bartacek. Missed a key fourth quarter field goal last week that would have cut it to one possession, and UNI ended up losing by 3 points. The junior from Waukee looking for redemption, and he sends that one through. So UNI gets on the board before the end of the first half. A little bit of a monkey off their back, but still a long road in front of them. It's 24-3.
Well, I'm sure they feel better knowing they get the ball to start the second half, so they've got points to end the half. They're hoping to maybe start the second half with a better offensive possession than what we've seen, but the Saluki defense, boy, you just can't say enough about the job they've done, fixing some things that were broken, being better on the pass rush, being great in the secondary, and certainly in that red zone area right there, holding him to a field goal was big.
Salukis defense has been money all day, only 34 passing yards for Matthew Sheckelman and Northern Iowa. This might be a theme for the rest of the season for SIU, but this team just needs to do what it's expected to do, and they should put themselves in a good spot to be in the postseason.
You know, it's interesting having covered a few of their games, and this looks like the team we saw earlier in the season, and they're a little bit unrecognizable the last couple of weeks, and you might say, well, that's because they played two really good football teams, but I feel like they kind of got out of sync a little bit and just kind of got away from some things they were really good at, and that just happens sometimes when you fall behind the score.
Short little kick fielded at the 30-yard line by Ben Fiegel. So 7 ticks left. You figure the Salukis are going to send this thing to the locker room, leading 24-3. And a lot of that swagger back. It's kind of what we led the broadcast with, right? Can this offense find it again? I'd say.
I would say that in the first half they've done what they came here to do, what they wanted to do, and what their goals were. I think they've set out in the first half and achieved those.
So Williams will take a knee, and we will head to the half. At Southern Illinois 24, Northern Iowa 3. In the 40th all-time matchup between these Valley rivals, Salukis with a rowdy first half on home turf.
Murphy, one of the returners, joins us here to recap day one. Man, it sure feels like day one, right? You guys haven't been practicing in here at all here over the summer, the last couple of weeks. How do you kind of balance where, yes, it is official day one of practice. You guys went a little bit longer than normal, but you guys have been hard at work for a long time.
No, we've been hard at work for a while, so I mean, it's not really a difference. But there was a little extra energy just because it's day one, and you know, people want to win. I love the competitiveness today, so it was great.
Even though you go longer today, now you're really in season. It looks, at least to me, you guys have improved a lot in the time that you've had, even since the summer. Where do you feel this group has gotten better over the last month and a half?
Yeah, just knowing personnel and really just putting in that hard work, man. We work hard, really hard. So I love that team for this and just making connections on and off the court, and we're going to keep going.
When you think of your teammates, where would you say this group as a whole has improved? Not just since the summer. We know you guys have gotten better since June, but really within the last month and a half since you guys got back from summer break.
Very big improvement, very big improvement. Just most importantly, just getting to know each other, getting to feel each other, what we do best, what's our strengths, what's our weaknesses, and just talking, just being together, honestly.
This is Prince of League Bay joins us here to recap day one in season, man. How's it feel for the veteran? You've been used to day ones. How would you describe this day one for you, being your last?
It's a lot of different things. I'm just telling myself, mainly when I'm like in stretching, you know, this is the last one you get to do this, you know, and obviously on day ones, everyone has a lot of energy, you know, so I just try to fall in line with it, you know, get caught up in the day, you know, to practice and, of course, just enjoy it. So it's been great, you know.
Coaches really believe you have such a high ceiling, Prince. One, because you've shown it in your college career, but when you get here, Coach Nagy's like, man, Prince could be a really high-level defender. It appears in practice it's starting to click a little bit there for you. Do you feel it's clicking, and where do you feel the defensive side can be a really big strength for you this year?
I mean, I have a lot of expectations, you know, from the coaches, but also for myself, you know, defensively, just because of my past experiences playing different kind of positions from the guard to the, you know, the five-man spot. So just being able to guard 1 through 5 gives me a lot of, you know, versatility outside. So, you know, the summer, it was a lot of pressure on our defense as a team, and I feel like it helped me as an individual just to grow in that aspect. So I know once the days start to stack up, people really see, like, what I can do on the floor, you know.
We cover you guys a lot in the summer, but then you get that little bit of break before school, and then you're right back at it. Where has this group gotten better since you got back on campus in August and then now that the in-season practices have officially started?
I'll definitely say 2 things. One is camaraderie, you know, being together, being connected. You know, I know like a couple of guys said it earlier, just we enjoy each other's presence and it shows on the court. And I feel like right now we're also getting better at transitioning. When what I mean by that is like, you know, transitioning from drill to drill, transitioning from a bad call to, you know, the next play, and just playing the way coach wants to, which is fast. And the only way you can do that is if you have that next play mentality. So I feel like those are 2 areas we've been getting great at.
highlights right after this. You're watching Northern Iowa and SIU football on ESPN+. Inside Saluki Stadium, we're at the half between Southern Illinois and Northern Iowa, 24-3 SIU. And we welcome you inside the broadcast booth with Kerry Martin, Larry Larson back in with you. And Kerry, that went pretty well for SIU after 2 really down weeks.
Yeah, you know, everything we talked about, the things they needed to fix, I felt like they fixed, and UNI got themselves behind the 8 ball a little bit, fell behind point-wise. Offense is still struggling.
For SIU's offense, we talked about can they get their mojo back, but they sure did as we dive into the highlights. A lot of highlights from a lot of players.
Yeah, it's been a lot of people involved in this, offense and defense.
It started with a score on the ground. Chandler Chapman on the Salukis' first drive of the ball game. He's scored in 4 straight ball games now. Matthew Scheckelman has really been the only offense, but on the ground for UNI. Scheckelman got picked off by Jeremiah McClendon, who had a massive first half, had that pick and a sack. Salukis got one through the air on the screen pass to Aiden Quinn, the senior tight end. And then a deep ball, Williams to Jay Jones, the senior wide receiver, hauls it in on the crosser. Lots of highlights to go around for DJ Williams and company. They lead it 24-3 at the break. Where can I get one of those hats? It's a happy homecoming crowd inside Saluki Stadium. 24-3 SIU. And the stats, especially offensively, very, very lopsided. 333 yards of total offense for SIU.
Yeah, it's, you know, for you and I, that's the struggle they had coming in was the lack of offense. And it's plagued them again today, and the Salukis have done pretty much whatever they wanted to offensively.
And time of possession, not that lopsided either, but Salukis have just executed very, very well.
They really have, and that's only one turnover, but it was a big turnover because it came down near the red zone, and that's not a place where they wanted to have that turnover when they had a chance to get some momentum. And just not a good first half for them offensively. Their defense has still got them hanging around, though. They've made a few plays.
We'll check in with Eli Hoover, or should I say, what's news, Scooby-Doo?
Well,
what's new here on the sidelines, Edward Robinson in the middle of that second quarter, running back for SIU, came to the training table to get looked at for a knee injury. He got wrapped up and he went straight back out there, so he should be good to go for the rest of this one, but it's something to keep an eye on here in this second half.
Thanks for that, Eli. The Salukis running game led by Robinson, 76 yards on 4 carries, including a 39-yard dash. 5 rushers for SIU today for a total of 174 yards. Northern Iowa won the toss. They deferred, so they'll start with the football in the second half on what's shaping up to be a must-score drive to come out of the locker room.
Yeah, you really, you hate to overemphasize any one drive in a situation, but certainly getting the 3 points before half gave them a little bit of life, but this drive right here is going to be key to what kind of second half they're going to have.
Kalen sends it away into the end zone for a touchback. So again, we'll see how Northern Iowa can respond. Based on our conversations with Todd Stepsis, he knows where this team needs to improve, and this team has responded well to his coaching. One thing that's easy to look over because of their 2-5 record is so much of their roster came back from a different coaching staff. These guys like playing for Todd Stepsis. Yeah. They've made a change at quarterback. Jackson Daly leading the offense out to start the second half. Harrison Bay-Bowie is the running back. Aiden Price across the formation. Daly tucks and runs, and he's popped by Shug Walker and swarmed by a lot of maroon. Keeps the legs moving away from the sideline. Really good second effort from Daly. So now we'll see if Daly stays in there, or if Sheckelman comes back.
The second time he's been in there quarterback, and both times quarterback runs were called, and he's pretty effective at doing that. The pile has moved pretty well both times, but let's face it, any comeback they have is going to have to come beginning with the ground game. They can't give that up. It's what their strong suit is, I think, or hopes to be, and with that offensive line, they've got to find a way to get that run game going.
Daly's still out there. He's 1 of 4 throwing this season. Gives to Bay-Bowie, and he is immediately met in the backfield just across the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and medium coming up. Interesting quarterback situation for UNI. Last season, Sheckelman and Aiden Dunn kind of split duties under center. This year, you throw Daly into the mix in a quarterback competition. Sheckelman wins that contest, and then wide receivers start dropping like flies for UNI. Aiden Dunn has moved to wide receiver, and now Daly is backing up.
Yeah, it's been a tough situation for their passing game to lose so many receivers, and really now, just down to maybe 1 or 2 guys they figured would be in that wide receiver starting group.
Daly's first throw, incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Briggs Houston. Chris Presto says no. 4th down, and they'll punt.
Saluki defense been doing it all day long, being really good on 3rd down, forcing the punt situation here, and now they got a chance to get good field position and maybe put a drive together and really try to put that final nail in the coffin against this team that has been good on defense but struggled today.
Salukis trailed 28-0 at the half last week. Almost the exact opposite here this week. Pettinger staying busy. Tay Mario, the returner, makes the catch. He's got some field in front of him. Makes a cut. There goes Tay Mario, the kicker to beat. He beats him. Mario into the end zone. The Salukis' first punt return touchdown since 2006.
It has been a long time, and I know there are people in the Saluki world that have been waiting on this to happen because it's been such a long time. You said 2006. My goodness, there were lots. Once he made it through that front line, boy, there was plenty of room, just a kicker to beat, and he takes it to the house. That kick we know has been nursing some injuries, and certainly that was a huge special teams change right there. getting those points on the board right out of the gate here in the third quarter.
Crowd on its feet at Saluki Stadium. What a jolt. Kalen's extra point is good. Just inside that right upright. Tay Mario Jr. writing his name in the history books at Saluki Stadium.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
Pickles. It worked. Buckets. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
The answer is Sheboygan.
They match. P-E-Z-O-L. Bottom row.
From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota trucks.
Right now, lease a new 2025 Tacoma SR5 for $289 a month or get 2.99% APR for 72 months on a tough new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Southern Illinois University has a rich history and much more. Renowned for cutting-edge research, ranking among the top 4% in the country. Salukis achieve pride and glory, competing at the highest level. World-famous alumni across the globe. United in our mission with unstoppable momentum, igniting a bright future. This is a university ascending. We are Southern.
I'm excited to represent Southern Illinois when playing basketball for SIU, and it's important to me to give back to this region. That's important to Banterra Bank also, and it's one of the reasons that I'm proud to be a customer. They support their communities, and with their mobile app, I can check my accounts, make payments, and more, all on my time. Plus, they offer a Saluki Visa debit card that supports SIU scholarships and athletics.
That was an easy win for me.
Banterra Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Tay Mario Jr. just did something a Saluki hasn't done in 6,944 days. 19 years since the Salukis' last punt return touchdown, and Mario does it on the first chance he gets in the second half.
Yeah, their punt team has been really good putting the Salukis deep. Sometimes you can out-kick your coverage, and what I mean is you kick it deep, he has to retreat to go get it, and they pursue beyond the ball carrier. He comes through, and boy, there was no one in that second wave. I mean, it was a wide open field. Just had maybe one guy to beat, and he did.
So Paul Halen will send it deep again as Northern Iowa continues to look for answers. One-score loss last week against South Dakota, and they've gotten socked so far today on the road at SIU. Halen sends it over the head of Jaden Hodge, and it'll be a touchback as we get another look. The blocking was just perfect.
Yeah, it really was, and I think they lost some lane integrity somewhere in the middle because he found the opening, and boy, it just kind of smooth sailing, untouched through that hole.
Mario just had his first career touchdown reception last week. Now his first career punt return touchdown. Started his career at the University of Charleston in West Virginia, the Division II level, and has been a nice, speedy asset for SIU. Daly on the pitch. Out to Wild Bill Jackson. Pushed late out of bounds, no flag. It's a gain of 1.
And watch that Saluki secondary really come downhill hard in great angles, and that's one of the big keys about the defense today. They're taking the good angles, not allowing any cutback. 3, 4, 5 people in the picture, making sure that tackle is secured. They get him out of bounds.
Defense is playing with a spark today. Bailey, the backup quarterback, started his career at Arkansas State. He'll keep cut up field, and he is tackled. Third down.
Yes, seems to be what the ingredient is for the second half, is to use the running quarterback. They've got him in there. Short passing game, run the football, try to eat up some clock, get some first downs, put a drive together. But certainly not probably the best way to climb back into a game when you're down 28 points in.
91 rushing yards for UNI's offense. The second worst rushing offense in the conference. They haven't had a rushing score in 5 games, Kerry. Daly will pass. The lefty. Hot pursuit. He is dropped. 5 sacks today for SIU. There is a flag down before Presto got home.
Well, that pressure continues, and it's coming from a lot of different people, from a lot of different angles, inside and also on the edge. But looks like some laundry against the Salukis here in the middle of the field.
So Shug Walker is the guilty party. First down to extend the drive for UNI. The Panthers catch a break. And so often they've been on the other side of penalties like that.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes a drive, sometimes you get that first down off a penalty or whatever, but maybe gives you a little something to get going.
Got to find a way to get the ball to the playmakers. J.C. Roquet has been quiet today. Derek Anderson, a pro prospect at tight end. They're going to target him here. He gets leveled. It's incomplete.
It was a super catch right there on the boundary. Great throw, but just knocked him out of bounds right there on the sideline.
Anderson, 6'6" senior captain. Not easy to do that to a guy that big.
Boy, and hung on to it too. That's a heck of an effort when you're down that many points in a ball game on the road, and you go up and make a play like that and sacrifice yourself, but just didn't stay in bounds.
Rice across the formation. Daly is pushed back. He had nowhere to go but right into the arms of Florima.
Yeah, if it was a read, it was a misread because there were 3 Salukis waiting on him. Not much there. Great job on defense. And again, we're talking about guys, action goes away. Guys staying home, staying square to the line of scrimmage. Not over-penetrating. That was good defense.
Well, the question has been, where will that pressure come from for SIU? It's going to come from everywhere. Pressure coming again. Pass complete over the middle. It's Jackson. And he is dragged down by Jagger Williams.
Well, they're bringing pressure again, and they're forcing the ball to come out quick, and then they're running it down. And that's, I think, a big part of the Saluki game plan, was to put pressure on these quarterbacks and get that ball out soon. And the Salukis are doing a great job in coverage.
So, Mario Jr. right back out there. Punt at your own risk.
We'll see what they do with the punt. If they keep it away from him. They've done a great job of getting the ball inside the 10-yard line on 2 or 3 occasions today.
Pettinger blasts it away. Mario fakes a catch, and it's out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Did it again.
Good punt.
Good punt.
Salukis offense coming back out. by Northern Iowa and Noah Pettinger, but long fields have been no problem for DJ Williams and his buddies. 31-3 SIU. First play of the drive here. Kept on the ground with Robinson. A productive first down game.
Salukis have been really good on first down, and there have been some ball games we've talked about. One of the keys to the game was their offense just operates differently on when first down is successful, and they've had that all day today.
There's some tempo. Williams will tuck and run, spins, and he's popped forward past the 20-yard line. Williams has really found his running game again after it kind of disappeared the last two games. Only 44 yards combined in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it looks more like himself. I'm sure there was maybe a little nagging injury in there somewhere, maybe, I don't know, but he certainly looks more healthy. Looks more like the DJ Williams we saw in the first few ball games.
Williams, the Valley's leading passer, also one of the league's best rushers, top 10 in the league in rushing yards. Robinson, a gain of 2.
It's really been a statement by the Saluki offense going up against a team that has been really good against the run, no matter who they play, and to come out and say, no, we're going to run the football today and then do it successfully. That's been a real confidence boost, I'm sure, for Nick Hill and his offense.
UNI coming in has only allowed 154 yards per game on the ground. So far today for SIU, 192. With 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Williams feels the pressure, lofts it out, and connects with Chandler Chapman. Brought down by the waistband by John Powers.
Been another good part of their offense today is when things aren't clear downfield, just making that check down to the back, and in that case, they had Aiden Quinn, the tight end, kind of as a lead blocker, and they pick up a good gain and give themselves a real manageable third down.
Something that they've been good at all season long. Yeah. You've mentioned it, giving themselves a manageable third down. Third down and 2. SIU 3 of 7 on third down today. Williams, easy pitch and catch over the middle. Fabian McCray is tornadoed down, but he got forward progress. First down SIU.
Yeah, they gave it to him. It was right at the line.
McCray, a guy that has a brotherly connection with DJ Williams. Two guys from the south side of Chicago, grew up playing ball together. Last year, McCray was at Jackson State. He had his season-ending injury on the same day as DJ Williams. Wow. They're going to take a second look at this to see whether or not McCray did get to that line to gain.
Well, it was close. I mean, I think even up here, we're almost right along the line on the vantage point, and it looked like it was close.
So both teams will get a chance to sip on the Gatorade. But talking about Fabian McCray and DJ Williams, DJ said, he texted Fabian, he said, hey, I feel like God's trying to tell us something here. It would be awesome to have you. And lo and behold, it's worked out, and Williams says one of his best friends is one of his favorite targets.
Yeah, and I know I noticed in the notes today it said that he's not afraid to hold DJ accountable. Like, he's not afraid to tell him the truth about things that are happening, you know, on the field or, you know, on routes or passes or whatever. And I think everybody, coaches, players, we need that accountability person to be honest with us. That's how we get better, you know.
So here's a look. Number 9 over the middle. It's a really good tackle. There you have it. Ryan Crandall could not stop him short. The drive gets extended for SIU.
Well, with it being called a first down, it had to be something you could really see that it wasn't. Kind of a tough call, I think, to decide for sure, but keeps the drive going.
Chapman motioned out wide. Williams, tuck and run. Williams with a stiff arm, but can't get out of the tackle. Good job hanging on by Ethan Chauvel, starting at strong safety today. When you tackle TJ Williams, that's kind of what you got to do. You got to hang out for dear life.
You really do. And you know him, of course, he's known for that speed and everything, but his size and his ability to break tackles and be elusive, and right there, even he falls forward a lot, and as you're as big as he is, that's an extra couple of yards every time.
Second down. It's a rush for Robinson. Punishes his way forward. That's going to be close to another first down. Third down and maybe a yard. Robinson looking for his second 100 rushing yard game of the season. He had 124 against Indiana State with an 81-yard touchdown. Lem Wash, the short yardage back out there with Williams. Here is Wash, and the defense gets home. Chauvel again got in there on first contact. Wash didn't go down easy, but he got stopped.
Well, in this drive, the Salukis once again have been winning that line of scrimmage, and a great job by the UNI defense to stand their ground, get some penetration, and force the Salukis to punt the football.
And there it's easy to see why Wash thought, hey, the play's not over. Stayed up, but just couldn't get out of the grasp. So Halen on to punt. Roquet on to return. The player that the offensive staff calls the most explosive on the offense makes the fair catch at the 20-yard line. Salukis can't add on, but they lead big, 31-3.
It wasn't the late night shoot-arounds or the tournament trips. That's not what got me here. It was them. The love they showed me. It's why I give it back and pass it on, you know? Because it's the assists you don't see on the highlight reels that make all the difference.
You and your friends who are freshly lifted off some prime kush are finishing off a pregame bev before a karaoke night out. What's the move? Take a ride share. Drive, it's no big deal.
Your ride is here.
Level passed. Now your only worry later is pizza or tacos, not a DUI. Drive sober or get pulled over. Can you make the right call? Head to itsnotagameinllinois.com/arcade to play.
Wren Lake Golf Complex, an outstanding play and stay 27-hole complex that's a delight for golfers of all skill levels with 5 sets of tees and extra large greens. The facility has a lighted driving range, practice areas, and a fully stocked pro shop. Lodging options include 2 and 3 bedroom luxury condos, lakeside cabins, and hotel rooms. In addition, you'll find a full-service restaurant and meeting facilities. Wren Lake Golf Complex in beautiful southern Illinois.
Ready for a local getaway that feels like a world of its own? Escape the ordinary and discover the charm of southern Illinois. With local wineries, live concerts, farmers markets, and scenic trails to explore, there's an adventure tailored for every taste bud and passion. Our breathtaking lakes offer endless possibilities for adventure. Rent boats, jet skis, or kayaks, and explore our world. Visit Southern Illinois. Start your adventure today.
31-3 SIU. Northern Iowa's offense back out there looking for answers. They've made a change at quarterback. Jackson Daly, the redshirt junior, taking over for Matthew Sheckelman. And they jumped on the first play of the drive. So, Kerry, in talking this week with Todd Stepsis, he said they're kind of just looking for what works right now. That's never a fun spot to be in as a coach this deep into the season. How do you go about finding what works?
Well, as a first-year coach, you've got a lot of things to figure out. And I heard someone say before you rebuild, you got to stop the bleeding. You got to figure out what this team can do, who you got on your roster. And sometimes it just takes games to do that.
Harrison Bay-Bowie, running back, bulldozes forward. Gain of 3.
Those pre-snap penalties, those little 5-yard penalties may not seem like much to a team that airs it out. But when you're trying to establish the running game with a running quarterback, that 5 yards seems a lot more than 5 yards. Now you get a 5-yard game, but now it's 2nd and 10, and you're still a bit behind the chains.
Bay-Bowie limited to 8 yards rushing on 4 attempts. Daly got some time at Arkansas State to open his career. Hands off to Bay-Bowie, and that time he doesn't get anything. Peyton Reeves, the big boy, showing off the dance moves.
Yeah, they love to celebrate those tackles for loss, don't they? And they deserve it. They're in there, those defensive and offensive linemen just pounding on each other all day long. And when they get that moment to make a play, I don't blame them for celebrating it.
We got that on replay. I might need to send that into Dancing with the Stars. 3rd down and long for Northern Iowa. Daly dumps off the screen pass, and Jackson couldn't see it into his hands. Turned upfield just a little early. There is a flag down right by where Daly threw that ball.
Defense, number 9. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
That's on Donnie Wingate.
Yeah. Sometimes, Larry, people talk about, well, we didn't hit him that hard and so forth, but once that ball is out of his hand, it's just best just to let it go because you're just not getting much space in there. Your referees are going to protect those quarterbacks. And then, in this day and age, I get it. Once that ball is out of his hand, you got to pull up.
The drive extender. Bay-Bowie up the gut. Gain of about 4. Played just 2 games last season due to injury. Bay-Bowie able to come back for the first season of the Stepsis era.
Yeah, going back to what the coach said about finding out what they have, and a lot of things have to happen during the season, and you've been in some close ball games. You start to find out the character of your kids, what schemes fit this group the best. But it's one of those things. Bay-Bowie is a guy they're still trying to get untracked.
Bay-Bowie can't exactly get on track there. Maybe a gain of 1. Nate Tronzo trips him up. 3rd down.
Salukis have been great off the edge today. They were off the edge here from the backside. You can see it here, coming all the way from the backside and making a play. Chris Presto, again, welcome back. He's had a good day. And again, that's that element. He covers so much ground. And then, of course, off the edge on our pass rush, has been really effective today. And I think that's a big part of the game that's been missing for the Saluki defense.
UNI 1 of 9 on 3rd down. Daly zips it over the middle, and a flag comes in. It looked like Jackson maybe had his jersey tugged.
Looked like a jersey tug, and that's the other thing. We talk about letting the quarterback go. You just can't tug on those jerseys because that's going to get a flag every time.
Number 33, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So 2 penalties that extend the drive for UNI. Brings them into SIU territory for the first time in a bit. Look, you got to take what you can get, but you got to capitalize with points.
Yeah, they're in desperate need of some kind of play, some kind of big play. I don't know if we have it in front of us, Larry, but plays over 20 yards. I mean, if we have
the research department.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of plays over 20 yards by this offense, and that's a big part of being a good offense is explosive plays.
Ball spotted at the 49 of UNI to be exact. Daly rolls out, evading pressure, slings, and connects. J.C. Roquet's first catch of the second half. And that's his first one since the first drive of the game. That's a guy that you just have to get the ball to.
Yeah, they've talked about him all week long, a guy they've got to get more involved, and certainly it's only the second time he's touched the ball today.
A quick moving offense, dumped out to Kershaw along the sideline. First down, Tyson Kershaw.
First time we've really seen them have a little rhythm here the last two snaps. Now they're going a little bit hurry up.
Longest play today for UNI, 43 yards on that dash by Matthew Scheckelman back in the first quarter. That run is a loss. Loss of 2 for Jackson. Noah Freed able to get in there and disrupt.
Yeah, great job getting penetration and then forcing the back out of that hole into another occupied space. And I think you said it all day long. Just when they get some rhythm, just when they start to have something good happen, they get a 2 or 3 yard loss, or they get a pre-snap penalty, sets them back.
On second down, Daly steps up, and he's going to take off. Daly with some blocks, takes a hit at the 10 before he's brought down. Productive run for Jackson Daly. He's mobile himself.
Yeah, there's that other big play, and quarterback runs have been their best offense today, and he made a great decision. He stepped up in the pocket. He was still looking to throw and then makes the decision, gets that green light, and he accelerates and makes a great gain.
We head to the fourth quarter. Salukis in control, but UNI driving, looking for its first touchdown today. Northern Iowa knocking on the door of the end zone for what could be the first time today. Jackson Daly, their backup quarterback, engineering this drive. First play of the fourth quarter. Daly rolls himself, and he's brought down. Colin Bohannon. Make sure that doesn't turn into a score. Bohannon, preseason All-American.
Is that the first time we've seen empty formation?
One of them.
Yeah, we haven't seen that very much, and kind of an interesting thought. Empty formation with a running quarterback, spreads the field, empties the box a little bit.
Second down and goal. Of course, you got to keep in mind, we've mentioned it a few times today, but UNI does not have a rushing touchdown in the last 5 games. You would just love to get one here. Get some confidence in that part of your offense. Empty set again. Daly will throw to the end zone and incomplete. Just shy of Briggs Houston. Houston had a touchdown last weekend. Thought he had another one there, but not quite.
I mean, the initial look was I thought he had it. I didn't think there was any doubt about it, but ball must have came out. I think he thought he had a touchdown.
All right, no review. Here's a look.
Yeah.
Yep, good call.
Yeah, good call. Ball did come out. Ball should have been caught.
Daly finds Jackson with the juke, and Jackson is wrestled down. Chris Presto with the stop.
We've talked
down and goal.
We've talked about the Saluki defense letting the underneath stuff go, but then rallying to the tackle, and did it again right there. Nice play.
All right, fourth down for UNI. They're going to go for it because why not?
Yeah, why not?
All spotted on the 5-yard line. Lots of shifting. Smoke and mirrors. Daly rolls out, throws, incomplete. Jeremiah McClendon with another breakup, and SIU's defense stands tall on the doorstep.
Well, they've made a lot of plays right upon that reception. We've had a lot of hands get in there, knock the ball away, and I think this is the case here.
Caitlin Clark from the logo.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
Pickles. It worked. Buckets. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
The answer is Sheboygan.
They match. P-E-Z-O-L. Bottom row.
From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley. United institutions with common goals, breaking down barriers and building up communities, and nurturing the next generation of leaders who care about more than just wins. MVC student athletes are leaving a lasting impact in the places they call home by sharing diverse perspectives and fostering a climate of unity for future Valley pioneers. We are One Valley.
At Kroger, you never compromise. Because you get up high quality and down low prices. Up high quality that's guaranteed fresh, and down low prices in every aisle. With quality and savings that keep adding up, Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Romwell Chevrolet in Heron makes it easy to shop online anytime. Shop our entire selection of new and pre-owned vehicles from anywhere. And with new inventory arriving daily and special Romward pricing, our team will always have a deal waiting for you. It is so simple to find your price, get pre-approved, and drive home today. So check us out online at romwardchevy.com and we'll send you home happy.
After a fourth down stop by SIU's defense, the offense is back out there, starting at the 4-yard line. This is a site that the Salukis have seen a lot today, Kerry, but no less, they've executed.
Yeah, they've been down inside the 10-yard line numerous times and found ways to get out of it.
This time, Chandler Chapman gets him close to the 10-yard line.
You know, as an offensive coach, I mean, that's a big deal. Having the ability to get out of trouble when you're backed in there and your offense, your quarterback standing in the end zone. And, you know, there's a lot of worry about snaps and safeties. And the Salukis have shown the ability against a good defense to get the ball out of trouble. Even if you've got a punt, get out of trouble and flip the field position. That is huge in any game, and it's been big today.
Williams keeps it on the ground with Chapman, breaks a tackle in the backfield, and he gets loose. Chandler Chapman staying on his feet against the odds there.
It's a great run. I mean, there's a lot of things going on that could have gone the other way, but he did such a good job initially. There's penetration. He finds a way to get through it.
Almost friendly fire there. Stumbled over his own guy.
Yeah, and he's got that little burst. Once he gets through that line of scrimmage, boy, he can be a handful.
18-yard gain gets him to 81 yards on the day. Salukis are going to go to the Wildcat. E.T. Harris in at quarterback. He gives on the jet sweep for Jackson Parker. First time we've called his name today. He picks up a few before he's bottled up. Colvin Miller halts him. First down run.
A little different wrinkle than we've seen today. Different quarterback, jet sweep.
Harris had a nice quarterback run on the road at NDSU in the first half of that game.
We hear a lot about his athleticism and about his speed.
Williams back in there. Lots of time. He's gonna take a shot. Incomplete. Covered up by Isaiah Pinks. Swats it away from Jay Jones.
Yeah, great defensive play. Great coverage all the way down the field. A tough guy to cover, a big target, and he just stayed with him right on his hip and waits to the last moment. Gets his hand in there. Great defensive play.
That's the same route that Jones ran for his touchdown catch earlier. Different result this time.
Yeah, tough to stay with a guy like Jay that long down the field. He did a great job of staying on his hip, you know, not grabbing the jersey and being patient and then making a play on the ball at the end.
Rare incompletion from Williams today. 15 of 18. Play clock winding down. Salukis got to hurry and they'll take a timeout. Salukis will try and extend the drive after this. SIU out of their timeout, trying to extend this drive that started on their own 4-yard line. Williams will throw and has Mario for a first down.
Been a good use of that sideline hitch route. They've done that early in the game, especially on first down. Got it this time for it to get a first down, and he's got a strong arm. It's one of the things we talked about early in the season was the accuracy he throws with, the strength of his arm, and how good he's gotten at that down the field ball that he threw for a touchdown earlier.
And funny enough, that might be something that kind of gets overlooked in his game. There's a lot made of the dual threat, running ability, big-bodied runner, but that arm talent is really, really good. Slings it out into the backfield, incomplete, as Vincent Davis had no chance to make the play there.
Yeah, looking for a bubble screen. They did a good job of reading that. Little dangerous. As a coach, you worry about that pick six on that bubble screen if somebody misses a block, if the guy gets penetration.
Quinn comes off, Parker back on. Robinson the sidecar for SIU. Never mind that. Empty set for DJ. Clean pocket, fires to Davis, reels this one in. And he is gang tackled backwards. Short gain. And it's third down.
You got your first team offense in the game still. You're up 31-3. It's a great time to take a look at some other things. Give people a peek at some things on film that you may want to show me, and things you want to work on. You got a chance there to go empty and let him survey the field and get the ball to the open receiver, and things that maybe you can't do in certain situations, but certainly they're in one right here where they can kind of open the playbook up and do some different things.
Williams. How about the velocity on that throw to Jackson Parker? Transfer from Albany hauls it in. First down.
Well, that's a great example, Larry. That's putting something on it. You got a little flood route here, you got a short out, and you got a deep out, and he goes to the deeper receiver right there on the sideline, and he knew he had to make that throw the way he made it, what we call a one ball, a highly, high velocity ball, right on the money, outside shoulder, safe throw and a good throw.
Parker's fifth catch of the season, first one in a while. Salukis go to Robinson. He's tackled by Miller. Picks up one.
Really just kind of milking that clock. Now this is a run that's been good to them today, and Northern Iowa does a pretty good job this time. Early in the game they struggled with that.
Ryan Crandall also there on the tackle. A guy that Todd Stepsis said, how can we find more guys like him? Williams dishes it out to Davis. A little shake and bake and a push forward.
Isn't that the ultimate compliment, though, if you're a player, for the coach to say, we wish we had more guys like, so-and-so. And Crandall certainly is one of those guys he spoke so highly of and would like to build a program around people like that.
Yeah, Crandall, a guy who started his career at Western Illinois. Valley football fans know that name well, with the impact that he had there when Western was in the Valley. And Coach said, hey, he was on our radar when he was coming out of Ankeny. If I was at UNI, we would have been all over him. Yeah. Another third down and medium coming up, and Robinson gets tripped up in the backfield. Who else? Ryan Crandall, right on cue.
There he is. Yep. Well, you can see why he likes him. And, of course, you and I have talked about this on numerous occasions about situational, where you're watching your players and when they're down 31-3 or 28-0 and seeing if guys' body language, seeing if guys are still playing hard. And certainly there's a great example of a guy where they're out of the game today, not what they wanted when they came here, but still making plays.
So SIU will punt it. UNI's defense able to get a stop. They blocked a punt earlier. That one close, and it's out of bounds. Shy of the 5-yard line. Good punt from Halen. Going to be shy of the 10. UNI's offense will get another crack at it after this. Today, a 31-3 score over Northern Iowa in MVFC play. Thanks for sticking around on your Saturday. Jackson Daly throws, and it's dropped by J.C. Roque. That about sums up the offense today for UNI, Kerry.
Yeah, it's a couple of different times he's got his hands on the ball and hadn't been able to secure the catch, and it just seems like you said, one of those days they just couldn't get anything consistent. They've had some help on some drives with some penalties by the Salukis, but not really found much except a few quarterback runs have been the big thing.
Talked about the running backs. Bay Bowie and Jackson have rushed for a combined 21 yards. Almost nothing on the ground except for the quarterbacks, and Daly won't get anything here. Shug Walker combines with Florima. Big stop.
Yeah, they're really selling out on the run. Of course, that's what Northern Iowa does in this particular set with this particular quarterback, but they've got a lot of guys in the box. Tackles for loss have been big for the Salukis today.
They've had 4 sacks, 8 TFLs.
Yep.
Just an effort that Saluki fans have not seen in a few weeks. It's the big story for the Saluki defense coming in. How can they get that pressure? It's come from a lot of different places. Daly has to throw now with pressure in his face. Incomplete over the middle. And boy, Daly got laid out by Donnie Wingate.
Yeah. They did a little twist stunt up front, brought him from the outside to the inside, and boy, he was right in his face, right when he cut loose of the ball. You'll see him, here he comes, starts on the outside, comes through the inside, nobody picks him up.
Wingate, the guy who's a little well-traveled in college football, started as a walk-on at Oklahoma State, then jumped over to Lindenwood, played 3 seasons there. The punt is off from Pettinger. Mario had that touchdown dash earlier, makes the first man miss here. Flag flies as Mario dances at the dog's nose, and he's stacked up at the 45. We'll see what the penalty is, but Wingate, just such a nice addition to that defensive line. Impact play of the game belongs to Saluki senior tight end Aiden Quinn. This was back early. SIU's offense really got humming in that screen game.
Yeah, I love the idea. Play action off of it. Get Aiden Quinn the ball right there and goes from 10-0 early to 17-0, and with an offense that's struggling like you and I, that's tough.
So that knocks out that return from Mario. Today's Impact Play is brought to you by SIU College of Agricultural Life and Physical Sciences. A lot of physical science today for SIU. So Jake Curry, sophomore backup quarterback, will get a chance to operate the offense here. DJ Williams with a hard day's work. Now on the sideline, 19 of 23, 190 yards through the air. On the ground, 49 yards on 9 attempts. Carey, that's the DJ Williams that Saluki fans have gotten to know and love.
Well, he's back on track, and that's exactly what the Salukis needed to see. He's that.
10-yard penalty from that spot. It'll be first down, Southern Illinois.
Ball was misplaced there.
Well, when you got DJ doing some things that, you know, with his legs, with his arm, the rollout, the boot, the keeper. I mean, the screen passes were great for him today. That's DJ Williams football. That's the Saluki offense.
Curry takes the snap and hands off to another quarterback in E.T. Harris. That jet sweep maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 1. Second down.
Jake came in last year and filled in when the first two quarterbacks went down, and we talked at length about he was unflappable for a true freshman to come in and play at the level he played at. Had a big comeback win against Youngstown, and is gutsy and tough, and I mean just had a great season. Got a lot of valuable experience, and we're really impressed with him.
Well, where SIU was really set back last year, it set them up well for the future. Curry hurries to throw to the outside for Tay Mario. He's pushed out of bounds. First down.
Not big in stature, but he's got a great arm, and he really had to show it off there because that was almost going the other way. But I think the key to that pass probably was where he placed it. He kept it to the sideline. It looked like from here he kept it to the sideline away from the defender. If he had thrown it to the inside shoulder, it might have gone the other direction.
Curry threw for 56% completion rate last year. Had 3 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's going to line up as a wide receiver here. E.T. Harris sends a man in motion, and the snap is fumbled. It's a scrap for it. Who got it? UNI did. And the Salukis have lost a fumble for a 3rd straight game.
Well, they played pretty dang clean today, and I know that Coach Hill, that was important to get back away from those turnovers. And again, snap was a little off. Ball got away from him, and one of those things you don't like to see your second group come in and not keep the ball moving and not to make those kind of mistakes, but it happens, and UNI got the ball back and a chance to get more points.
So we get to see more Jackson Daly. 4 of 10 in the air. Tight formation, seen a lot of it today. Jackson hits the pitch. Jackson cuts upfield, lowers the shoulder, and powers his way to the 20-yard line. The one they call Wild Bill, with one of the longest runs of the day by a UNI running back.
Yeah, the first time we've really seen a UNI running back really get on track and get the momentum going, get downfield, get to that next level. And yeah, you said it. He trucked a Saluki defender there and got a good gain out of it.
Jackson transferred in from Tulsa. Hey, speaking of Wild Bill, you know where the original Wild Bill Hickok is from?
I do not.
Illinois. Up by LaSalle. You learn something new every day.
I love a good history lesson.
Fake pitch, throw out to Kershaw. Makes the first man miss, but he stepped out of bounds. Second down and medium coming up. Kershaw, the team leader in receiving yards. We've had a hard time getting him involved today, and you just really have to tip your cap to the Saluki secondary.
Yeah, they've made it difficult to do anything beyond just a short pass here or there. They've not allowed anything really down the field. They've been pretty been good at rallying down to the shorter throws and putting pressure on the quarterback so he didn't have time to get the ball down the field.
Fake pitch. This time it goes to Jackson, and it's brought down shy. Shug Walker hit him at the waist, but there's a flag down. Lots of misdirection. Looks like this is going to be a hold.
Holding. Offense, number 51. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains second down.
You know, when a team has been really aggressive like the Salukis, and they have, gang tackled and gotten a lot of hats to the ball, the reverse is a good call. The counter's a good call, but the thing is, the backside people all day long have stayed home, and they've not given up that backside integrity, and they've made plays, and we just saw it there.
4 receivers set. UNI behind the sticks again. They've been here far too often this year. That pass to Jackson dropped on the turf. Didn't hear a whistle. SIU plays it out. Now the official signal, hey, it's incomplete. Well, boys will be boys, say.
In the replay world, they let a lot of things play out now. I mean, you watch guys take balls back 70, 80 yards, and then they decide to make a call. So you got to let it play out, I guess, today. But that looked pretty obvious to be a forward pass.
3rd down and 13. Frustrated UNI offense, who came in averaging 8 points per game in MVFC play, trying to get their first touchdown today. Some whistles. And a conversation. Did somebody buzz in from upstairs? You know, referee John Shea and our game clock operator might have to get a few drinks after the game. They've gotten to know each other pretty well today. Third and 13. Daly in an empty set. Daly's going to take a shot. Looking for Houston. It is caught. Touchdown UNI. What a ball.
Yeah, it was a great throw. Great throw, great catch, good route. I mean, that's putting it together right there. That's something they needed, something to hang their hat on before they leave Carbondale. But nice ball by throwing that ball down the field, gave his receiver room on the outside to turn and make the catch. Nice job.
Houston, the redshirt freshman at tight end, playing behind a pro prospect in Derek Anderson, still found a way to make an impact. It's back-to-back games with a touchdown for him. Came in with high expectations, but then tore his quad just before week 1, but he's come back strong. Extra point is good. Makes it 31-10 just before our 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, just a really good throw by Jackson Daly. I mean, like I said, it keeps it to the outside, allows the receiver a little bit of room over there. The receiver left himself room to make the catch.
Ben Fiegel stapled to him.
Yeah, it's good coverage. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to the opponent and say, nice play, because he threw it right. The only place that could have been a completion was to the outside, and that's where he dropped it.
That's a position room that you probably feel pretty darn good about if you're UNI moving forward. Derek Anderson, team captain, has really worked hard to try and leave this program in a better place than he's found it. And got an up-and-comer in Houston who looks like he has an all-conference ceiling.
Yeah. Well, like I said, when you take over a program like Coach Stepsis has, there's a lot of things you gotta figure out as the season goes on. You just can't do it in camp. You got to play games, and you got to see what your kids can do, and find out what your needs are recruiting-wise, and see what your puzzle pieces, see who you can leave in at positions and recruit someplace else. But it's an ongoing process, and it's not just a one-year thing. It takes a couple of years sometimes to get the guys you need.
This one sent deep to Davis. Takes the fair catch for a touchback. So Jake Curry's offense will come back out. We'll see if we see maybe a little bit more trickery, like the Salukis tried to operate that last drive that resulted in a lost fumble. Kyle Thomas, wide receiver out there, young guy. Tough to be a young guy in that veteran receiver room. Flags down. Somebody flinched.
Offense, number 76. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains first down.
Flag on Jimmy Lansing, junior from St. Louis.
These guys coming in the game late, this is their opportunity, Larry, and they'd like to have a chance to put a drive together and showcase what they can do.
Curry on the quarterback keeper shows off his moves, and that will likely take us to the 2-minute timeout. Here on homecoming and Hall of Fame weekend at SIU. For second down, it is indeed a 2-minute timeout. We'll step aside one more time for the ball game. In the 40th meeting between these two schools, the Salukis are going to come away smiling. SIU, in case you're just joining us, Salukis offense with a dominant performance, 427 total yards of offense. And Jake Curry, the backup quarterback, is going to add a few more for the productive run on second down. There is a flag down. Salukis are moving back.
There is no foul for holding. Result of the play, second down.
Never mind that. Upcoming schedules are brought to you by Rend Lake Golf Resort. And for SIU, they are going to be road tripping next week at Murray State, then at Youngstown, and then at Illinois State to wrap it up. They've only got South Dakota left at home. And Kerry, winnable impact games remain for SIU. They win out, that likely seals their playoff fate into the bracket.
It does. Winnable, but got to keep playing well and got to keep getting better as the season, and they got to stay healthy.
Curry was looking for Robinson, and that's incomplete. And then for UNI, 3 of their final 4 games are at home. You travel to Illinois State next week, and then Murray State at home, on the road at North Dakota State, and then against Youngstown State. So some tough ones left for the Panthers, but this is one that they're going to have to bounce back from. Halen is stuffed, picks it up himself, and he gets socked. Second blocked punt today by UNI special teams, and those boys have kept playing.
Well, you can bet this is going to be a point of interest and a point of correction for the Salukis coming back on practice tomorrow, because they've had 2 punts blocked, and they've both almost taken right off the foot of the punters. So something the Salukis are going to have to fix, because going into some ball games coming up, they can't have that happening again.
Those could be game-changing plays.
Absolutely. Lucky the score is what it is today, because they've seen 2 of those, and that for a coach, as you're watching the game, that's got to be fixed.
That was Mitchell Smith getting home for the block. So one more opportunity for Jackson Daly in the red zone. Harrison Bay-Bowie doesn't have anything. So a special day for Saluki football program, the athletic department, but especially for head coach Nick Hill's coaching staff, as Jeremy Chin was inducted into the SIU Hall of Fame today. The first ballot Hall of Famer and the very first player that Nick Hill recruited to SIU to land in the Hall.
Yeah, now he's having this great NFL career, comes back Grand Marshal today and inducted in the Hall of Fame, and just a cool day to see a Saluki honored that's had such an impact on this program and now in the NFL as well.
Daly throws on the run for the end zone, and J.C. Roque reels it in. Touchdown, Northern Iowa.
Well, they've got life. It's just so late. So, Jackson Daly thrown a couple of beautiful balls, a couple of great catches, and he steps up in the pocket, makes a great throw on the run. Roque finally getting involved. We talked about the struggles he was having, and next thing you know, they've had a little life here at the end of the second half.
Extra point for Barticek is good, and if you can listen closely, you might be able to hear Scott Van Pelt's Bad Beats music. Northern Iowa, a little backdoor action here, but look at that throw. On the run to the back of the end zone, and great concentration by J.C. Roque to hang on.
Yeah, I think Coach Steps is going to be happy with at least the last quarter of this ball game, because he's seen some life. His kids have kept fighting the adversity they faced. They've overcome some things, and still battling and still putting points on the board late, and maybe something they can hang their hat on here as they try to find some offense.
Hey, Jackson Daly put together some good tape.
May have earned himself a right to be a starter next week, and that's when you get your opportunity, you got to do things with it. He certainly has done that in the second half here today.
39 ticks remaining in this one. Now, talking about Jeremy Chin, it just does so much for a program when you have somebody that continues on to the pros and has made an impact like Chin has.
Michael Pruitt was here a few weeks ago. He's had a 10-year NFL career, and Jeremy Chin back today. And programs look for those guys they can point to and say, being a Saluki can mean things beyond just being a Saluki. It can mean things at the next level. And Jeremy Chin certainly is doing it at a high level, just like he did here.
And Nick Hill told us a story on our chat with him earlier this week. He said, I told this to the team. Chin in his final season in 2019, he was battling plantar fasciitis. Team was 2-4 going into a bye week. Nick said Jeremy went home to decide what to do, play it out or land on the shelf. He was going to get a shot at the pros either way. He came back. He said, hey, I'm going to play some football. I want to do this with my teammates. Team won 5 Valley games in a row. And Nick Hill told us, I don't know if I have my job if they didn't rip off 5 straight wins.
Yeah, it was a great story from Nick, and I think it really summed up Jeremy Chin.
Indeed. Now Hall of Famer Jeremy Chin, and a big-time SIU effort today on homecoming. 31-17, the final score. Northern Iowa's offense gets 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, but the Salukis were in command the whole way, Kerry, and they improved to 5-3 and 2-2 in the Valley.
If you want to right the ship, this was the exact way the Salukis wanted to right the ship and fix things that had been a little bit broken, get back on track, be the team they thought they were the first few weeks, and certainly University of Northern Iowa still looking for some answers.
UNI falls to 2-6 and 0-4 in the Valley. We'll have a break and we'll come back with a player interview with Eli Hoover on the other side. Not that I
Now, Jeremiah, 31-17 win after a rough 2 weeks against the North Dakota schools. How does it feel to finally get a win on home turf again?
It feels great to be back in the win column over there at home, and it feels great to get a home win in front of the fans on homecoming. So, I mean, when 2 losses hurt us, we felt bad, and I'm glad we came here to get a win today and just come out victorious.
Now, you personally tie your season high in tackles with 5, an interception. How are you feeling personally after that one?
I feel great. I mean, this is like a game for me. I call it a game. But I got to build off this and continue to keep playing day by day, every week.
You have Murray on the road at Murray next week. What are you taking from this game this week into next week?
I mean, I'm just looking to build off it. We're looking to build off it as a team and then keep the momentum rolling.
I appreciate it, Jeremiah. Great game today.
Hey, ain't the GOAT. Look him up, Jeremiah McClendon.
From Shepherd himself, you heard it here first, Larry.
Teammate love. Thanks, Eli. Thanks, Jeremiah. And thanks, Gavin Shepherd, for that extra word. On a day where SIU honored one of their greatest cornerbacks, Jeremiah McClendon showed out at cornerback today. What an effort from SIU. That'll do it for us. For Kerry Martin and Eli Hoover, I'm Larry Larson saying so long from Carbondale, where the final score is 31-17 SIU. Be sure to tune into our next telecast of SIU football next Saturday when the Salukis travel to take on Murray State at 4 p.m. To watch this entire game on replay, as well as other productions on our ESPN family of networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of The Valley on ESPN. Salukis win big. So long, everybody.